Sorry it has taken me so long to get this video up to you guys. I wanted to try something a bit different and have slides rather than my face because this is something I don't want you to be distracted on. So that's why this video has taken me so long to put together. I have had some technical difficulties, also known as Bella Sharp, but I won't get into that. I'm going to give you some simple steps to move your product to wholesale or retail, and that is what this video is about. Before I get into it, moving your product to wholesale or retail, I want you to make sure this is what you really want for your business. So I want you to ask yourself some of these questions. Do you care how your product is used? This is really important. You need to remember that as soon as you move your product to wholesale, you're taking the control out of your hands. Are you really okay with this? The product may not be used how you intended, and this can be really damaging for your business or brand. So I want you to think about that. Do you care how your product is used? Is your product ready for wholesale or retail? I'm sure if you're considering moving your product to wholesale or retail, you understand that means increased quantities. You might be ready for increased quantities in a production sense, but have you thought about quality control procedures? Quality in quantity is so important. And do you have some contracts or agreements ready for your suppliers? Is your product ready for wholesale or retail? Wholesale or retail, which one are you trying to target? You can't target both initially. I know you want to because you want to scale your business and that's what you're here to do. But you need to focus on one. They are completely different, and I will get into that further in this video today, but I want you to think about which one are you trying to target. If you target one initially, you will get better results. So again, wholesale or retail, which one are you trying to target? Is this the only way to expand your brand? So before you throw your hands up in the air and say, yep, I need to make my product wholesale or retail because I need to scale and this is the only way, I want you to consider all options. Have you thought about combining your product with somebody else's? Have you thought about creating a new product that supports your existing product? This will still give you the control over your product and brand, which I think is really important. You don't want to lose that. And as soon as you move to wholesale, you will lose that. Retail, you still have some control. So again, that's another great thing to think about in there. So is this what you want for your product? And is this the only way to expand your product? I don't want you to think that I'm against moving your product to wholesale or retail. I love that you're ready to scale your business. I just want to make sure that before doing it, this is what you really wanted to do. Wholesale. So you've decided that you are ready to scale your business and you are going to take on wholesale. I'm going to give you 4 steps to get your product to a wholesaler. Pricing. Now, I know you think that's an obvious step, but I really want you to consider this. You need to do your research. You can't just dive into this. You need to know your competitors' pricing and where you will fit into the market. If you think you know, think again. Keep researching. Don't forget about taxes, insurances, and any other items that you might need to now add to your business. Pricing is so important. Who is your target? Your target will be a wholesaler. You want to understand the wholesaler like you're going into war with them. You need to understand their moves, you need to understand what they want and why they would consider even buying your product. A wholesaler is a huge professional organization that deals with people like you every single day. Understanding your target is so important. The presentation. Now, you have finally landed that meeting that you have been waiting for. This is your chance to wow them. You want them throwing money at you by the end of your meeting. Do not underestimate the power of a great presentation. If you are not confident, then this is where you hire a closer. Now, if you're not sure what a closer is a person that closes the deal. They generally have a high success rate and understand people's behavior and the psychology that goes into sales. In my day job, being a closer was my favorite part. I love nothing more than standing in a room full of people staring at me and selling them a product they didn't even know they wanted. I'm able to read everybody's body language and amend my presentation on the fly, and by the end of the meeting, they don't want you to leave. That is the type of person you need in a meeting like this. You can certainly be there by all means. You should be there, but they just do most of the talking. Rejection. I know it's not something we really want to talk about, but it's a part of business and you need to be prepared for it. The most important part is that you learn from it. Rejection can be the key to your success, and I honestly mean that. So if you go into a meeting and you actually get rejected, you need to understand why. Don't go and do another meeting the same way. What did you do wrong? Understand the rejection. Retail. If you don't really understand the difference between wholesale and retail, basically wholesale is selling your product in large quantities and retail is selling your product in small quantities. There is nothing wrong with retail. You can make just as much money selling your product in multiple small businesses as you can in one large. And most of the time, you'll maintain a higher profit margin and more control over your product. Retail is a fantastic option if you are just starting out. Pricing. Pricing is equally important in retail as it is in wholesale. It's important to understand your market, taxes, and margins. You want to be competitive, but still be making money. Don't undersell yourself. You need to make money. You are a business. If your competitors are selling their product at rock bottom prices, how are they doing that? How are they making money? I would think that their product isn't as good of quality as yours. So that is your marketing strategy. But don't do what they're doing. Do what you're doing when it comes to pricing. Find your store. Now, when starting out in retail, choosing the store and focus on one store to start with, not multiple, is going to be so crucial. You need to find a store that excites you when you walk in. You want to think about how your customer is going to feel when they walk into that store. Why are they walking into that store? These are the things you need to consider when selecting a store. Not because your competitor selected a store, because this is the store for your product, for your business. Also, having a relationship with the store owner is so important. Sell your product. This is a much different style of meeting. When you set this meeting, it'll be more relaxed and less professional. And it is best if you conduct it yourself. You will have that one-on-one passion shine through about your product, and you will love this person's store, so you'll be giving them all the compliments that they need. I do recommend that you get some coaching or training prior, as you want to put your best foot forward. You can practice it as many times as you like, but if you don't have constructive criticism, you're basically blowing your one chance. This is your chance to scale your business. Every part up to this has everything that's led up to this, you've paid professionals to help you with. Don't skimp now. The biggest selling point in this style of meeting is going to be your passion, and it's important that your passion comes through clearly and concisely. That about wraps it up. However, there is one more thing I want to touch on. Contracts. Now, whether you go wholesale or retail, it's important you have contracts prepared and ready. A handshake is not a deal. I know you've heard it before, but I am dead set serious. If it's not in writing, it never happened. I don't care if they're your best friend, your sister, or your brother. You have a contract. It also shows them you are serious and a professional business operator. Of course, you can amend the contract later, or you don't need to sign it on the day, but you have something there ready to go. And you can go back, amend your contract accordingly, and provide it straight away within 24 hours. Your contract is so important. If you're going into a wholesale meeting, you're not going to have a contract that you're going to sign on that day. Chances are so slim, even if they're throwing money at you. There's going to be clauses in that contract that they're not going to be happy with. You don't, and I would get a professional to write your contract. Don't go out and write it on your own. It's important that you understand all the clauses in the contract. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm really sorry that it's taken so long to get this video up. I hope that these steps help you move your product to wholesale or retail if that's what you really want to do for your business. As always, if there's anything I missed or you would like more info on, comment or message me and I would love to help. If you are just starting to get to know me, I am Billy Sharp. I'm a prominent business consultant and coach. I have extensive knowledge in small to medium enterprises and I would love to help you reach your goals. If this is something you've been trying to do for a long time but can't handle any more rejection, I would love to help you. Thank you so much for watching.